Hello friends, are you tired of spending your hard-earned money on takeout, but you feel like the summer evenings are just way too hot and hectic to cook? So instead you give way to temptation and just order a takeout, right? Well, today I have a solution. Some delicious, super quick summer dinners that are cheaper than takeout, but just as quick, without too much heat in the kitchen. From satisfying steaks to cool salads with cook-in-the-flash proteins, these recipes are packed with flavor and come together in no time. So let's jump in. Chicken Caesar salad is a wonderful way to spend an evening. The crunch of the romaine, the tastiness of the chicken, the flavors, the garlic in the sauce, the creaminess of the sauce. It's just a wonderful salad. And I'm going to make one today. When I buy chicken, I buy whole chicken. And then I cut it up. My money goes a lot. You know, it's cheaper to buy a whole chicken and cut it up. Money goes along a little further, and I get to do lots of different things with one whole chicken. It adds variety to our meals. Really important. Well, it's important to me anyway. So this is a chicken breast that I cut out from a whole chicken that was in the freezer. It's nicely frosted in the fridge. I'm going to open it up, and I kept the skin on to protect the flesh, because you know if you keep chicken breast in the freezer, it might the freezer when it's frozen, it can often mess with the flesh. So I keep the skin on, keeps the flesh protected. And what I'm going to do now for the chicken Caesar salad is I am going to roast this chicken breast and use it throughout the week. Just wash this a bit. I've washed it previously. I'm going to wash it again. I'm going to clean it off, season, and come back. So I cleaned off the chicken. I'm just going to season it very simply. Because we're putting this in a salad, we don't need chicken to be full, you know, bursting with flavor. Just some simple flavors. Salt and pepper would be fine, but I'm doing an all-purpose seasoning. I have this Santa Maria rub. It is made by me. It's my rub from Santa Maria, which is a mixture of salt and pepper and garlic powder and onion powder and a tiny bit of granulated honey. So it's great on grilled meats, but it's also great as an all-purpose seasoning. So I'm going to just sprinkle a bit on all sides and under the skin of the chicken too. Right. It's got garlic powder in it, but I'm putting a bit extra because I like garlic. So a little bit of extra garlic, and then, as I said, I'm keeping it simple. This is it. Just some lemon zest. And I'm sticking with flavors that are in a Caesar salad. There is lemon in Caesar salad, garlic in Caesar salad, so it makes sense to put these flavors in the chicken when you're cooking it. But again, just salt and pepper will do when you're, depending on how you feel about how seasoned you like your chicken. Because chicken breast, well, when it's being roasted anyway, will not take in a lot of flavor unless you add lots of things like butter and stuff. And we don't want to do that when we're making a salad. Make sure it's on all sides. There's, you know, no science to this whatsoever. Simple seasoning, pop her in the oven. That's it. Chicken breast will roast on 400 for about 30 minutes until it's done. You know, it should be to 160 in temperature. Make sure it is, because, you know, you don't want it to be slightly underdone. It needs to be cooked all the way through. Okay, I'm chopping off the bits at the bottom. I might go a bit more. Just throwing them in there. This is already washed, so it's ready. And what I do is I evenly slice the romaine. And I usually use 2 heads of romaine. Oops, dropped a bit. There's another head. Okay, put that in too. I'm going to dry it. My little salad spinner. Leave that there to dry. To continue to drain and dry off. Here is the cooked chicken breast. It's been left to cool a bit. And I'm going to use my meat board, my small meat board. I'm going to shred some. And so what I do is I shred the whole chicken breast, put it in a container. I create all the elements, put them all in separate containers, and then throughout the week, I put them together. That's the way I do it. Obviously, I take off the skin. Are you a skin eater, chicken skin eater? I am. Take the skin off. And I shred. I prefer to shred my chicken rather than, can you see what I'm doing here? I prefer to shred my chicken rather than slice it. I find it I just prefer it that way. But you can, if you want to, cut the chicken away from the bone. By no means am I a professional chicken shredder, so this is just the way I do it. Go. Shove that in. And that will continue to cool down. You guys used to do that when you were children? Used to pull using your little pinky fingers to pull to see who ended up with the bottom piece of the wishbone. And you'd make a wish. Did you guys do that when you were kids? Is it just me? Just my family? I used to get quite excited if I got this piece of wishbone. So we could just do this. And this one with who gets the little anchor. It's the one that wins the wish. I hope everybody did that. Right, so I'm going to leave it open because the chicken is still quite warm. And I want to make this salad. So I'm going to get rid of this chicken. I prefer to use fresh anchovy when I'm doing a Caesar salad. But you don't have to. You could use a teaspoon of anchovy paste or a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Now, Worcestershire sauce is how we say it in England. Let me get it for you. This is Worcestershire sauce. This is how we say it in England, right? Worcestershire sauce. I know in the US you say Worcestershire. It's incorrect in England. In England it is Worcestershire sauce. I thought I'd clear that up just in case anyone was interested. So you can use 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce if you don't have anchovy paste or fresh anchovies. If you have fresh anchovies, you want to use fresh anchovies, you can buy the tinned or you can get them bottled. And what was I going to say? You have to chop them up. 6 is what you use, 6 little fillets. And you chop them up solidly like this, wonderfully. I say chop them, I like mince them. You want them to be practically so that you can't really tell what it is. Anchovy fillets are very salty. So if you prefer, just use the paste or Worcestershire sauce and you should be fine. But I love the fresh, the fillets. A cup of mayonnaise for the Caesar sauce, of course. A 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Pour that on top. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I have a container of lemon juice here. I'm going to take 1, 2, 1 garlic clove grated. Now, unfortunately, I forgot my garlic. I swear I bought garlic. I cannot find it. So I'm going to have to use garlic powder, like 1/2 teaspoon of the stuff, which is depressing. But that's all I've got. But it will do. Anchovy fillets. And I'll plop them in now, in here with this. About a tablespoon into here, and the rest will be in the I'm going to need that salad. And then we mix this up together. And here it is. It's got a nice lemony taste. It's got a subtle taste of garlic. And I'm not going to go too far with it because I don't have fresh garlic and I don't want that powdery garlic taste. You know what I mean? Chicken, the sauce, croutons. If you're into making your own croutons, look for a recipe and have at it. But I find that during the summer, I don't want to do all of that. I just want to make it, I'm making something simple, a summer dinner. So I just go with, I buy it. I get this Texas toast, which is some seasoned croutons, or the Caesar Cardinis, which is Italian croutons. They have a little flavor. I guess this one will have like oregano in it and stuff. And this one will be, I don't know, seasoned, like crispy and crunchy. So I will just use these. And as I said, instead of putting it all together and then eating it, what I'll do is I will put all these elements into containers, and then every day I make a bowl. So let me get my bowl. So I'll take some salad, just enough for one or two, depending on how many people you're serving. Some of the crunchy bits, some of the crunchier parts of the lettuce, along with some of the softer parts of the lettuce. So you get that variety. Cover that up. Then I will add the croutons and sprinkle in, there's crumbs. I don't want the crumbs, I just want the croutons. And it's up to you how much croutons you want. If you like a lot of crunch, put more croutons in. If you like a bit of crunch, only put in a little bit of croutons. So it's looking like this. Okay, this is what mine looks like anyway. I am not going to put it in my mouth. I'm going to keep moving. I need to shave some Parmesan in here. And that's it, just use this. Just a few, not much, because it's got Parmesan in the sauce, in the dressing. 5 to 6 tendrils of Parmesan. Then I add the chicken at this point and drop some in. Go a little bit more, break that up a bit. That's it. I think that's enough. Yeah, I think so. I add some Caesar salad dressing. Not too much. It's up to you how much you add. I toss it. And then you can decide if you need more or not. I think I do. I need a bit more. That's too much. I know that's too much. There we go. There we have it. We have And here we have it. A really tasty, delicious, freshly made chicken Caesar salad. Garlic is subtle. I would have liked it to be stronger, but next time I'll use fresh garlic, and you'll get that stronger taste of garlic. The lemon in it is really nice. It's pulling through. And the anchovies, of course, is the star ingredient in this. If you can, get the tinned, I use the tinned, I think the Cento anchovies that you can get in New York, and put them in your dressing, and you'll be good as gold. And of course, obviously, these things are going to crunch. It's really delicious. Now I've prepped everything. I'll put these in containers, put them in the fridge. And so for the rest of the week, I come home late from work, I'm not in the mood to cook. Instead of ordering out, I don't have to be concerned about that anymore. There are times when you need to watch the pennies, and this is a good way to do that. You just prep all the ingredients, keep them in the fridge, and when you come home, put them together, and you have a meal. Simple as that. Let's move on to the next. Greek orzo salad can be a great side salad, or it can be your main meal. If you're someone who is a meat-free, living a meat-free life, you can use this recipe I have here, add some meat-free protein like chickpeas, or if you're a meat lover, you can also make it a side dish and add some protein like some chicken, some meat, that sort of thing. Some meat, some fish, that sort of thing. To start with, I'm going to make the dressing. In here I have some red wine vinegar, 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. All right. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of dried oregano. This snazzy little container, and I'm going to just shake it up. I'm going to let that sit while I put the salads together. I've got the ingredients here. So for the orzo salad, we combine all these ingredients. We have a cup of cooked orzo, obviously. All right, that's the orzo. How much of 1 cup? Was it 2? 2 cups of cucumber. 2 cups of cucumber, diced. 2 cups of cherry tomatoes or great tomatoes. These are described as medley tomatoes. They're a bit like heirloom. The different colours in them. I like to have a variety of colours, so I always get these medley tomatoes. They're like heirloom tomatoes. 2 cups of those. Make sure they're uniform in size. Right? Make sure they're uniform in size. What else we got? We have 4 ounces of feta diced. Do I need all 4 ounces? Of course I do. It's silly. Mix those up. A 1/2 cup of olives. I'm using Castel Travano. Castel Travano. I think that's how you pronounce them. Nice green olives. These ones, I like them. Pitted, obviously. I wish I had more, actually. I don't have enough, to be honest. I think I've got closer to 1/4 or about maybe 1/3. If you like olives, you can go, heavy on the olives. But for this recipe, in all honesty, it's light on the olives because I just didn't have enough. And then a 1/4 cup of red onion. Now, I like a bit of bite of my red onion, so I went for thin slice and dice. But you can slice them. It's totally up to you how you want to include your red onions. And that's a 1/4 cup of red onions, and you mix everything up together. I've got some cucumber stuck together here. And then I'm going to add, I washed this already, it's pre-washed, 1 basil leaf, a teaspoon of fresh basil. Where I come from, basil if you're from the US. And I'm just using my shears. Here we go. We add then the dressing. Where is it? That I made earlier. Let's see. Do I need all? I'm just going to go lightly so that I don't. Oh, I say lightly, then I drown it and toss it. And I'm not going to use it all. I think to finish it off, just going to add some salt to taste. And here we have it. Greek salad. That's enough for the week, right? Really good. Baked salmon. A really simple dish, very flavorful, very healthy, although it's omega-3, very important to the diet. What I do is I'm going to use a baking tin. What's we call this thing here? Is that what we call it? Baking tin? Put a touch of olive oil at the bottom so that the skin doesn't stick. Just a touch. Put the salmon into the oil. Like that, as you can see. And I'm just going to season it really simply. Pouring these ingredients over it, swishing it around, boom, that's it. The ingredients are a tablespoon of sriracha, a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of lime, equal parts. And then I'll just put some salt and pepper to taste, okay? So I'm going to mix these ingredients up together. Mix them up. This is my good honey. All right, mix it up, and I can just mix it up over here, so if anything spills on the fish, because that's where it's going. Literally just pour it over each. And you could brush it if you want to. I'm just making sure it's going all over on all sides of the salmon. Making sure it's nicely coated. And so that the flavor goes in to the fish rather than just creates a glaze, I'm going to cover this with some foil so that it can cook and it keeps the, it doesn't dry out. So I'm going to put a touch of salt, a touch of pepper. I'm going to use my hands to do this because I just want a little, don't want much, right? Don't want much, do we? Just a touch. This is kosher salt, so it's saltier than some. Just a little black pepper, not much, because of the sriracha. But that's enough. That's it. Cover it with foil. This goes in the oven for 15 minutes. All right, it's time to take the salmon out of the oven. It's very beautiful. And it's cooked, let me tell you. Now, I'm just going to put this under the broiler. Now, you can save this jus, the gravy, the sauce. I'm going to save the gravy, push it out, brown this, and use the and thicken the gravy up afterwards. Put the salmon under the broiler just to brown it a touch, and it is good to go. I'm going to serve it with this Orzo salad, and this was the gravy left over from when I cooked the salmon in the oven. I didn't even heat it. I've left it because it was just 3 ingredients. They're still infused together. I'm just going to pour it over the salmon. And that is it. A really easy meal for the summer. Where's my fork? Here we go. Salad is great. Salad is delicious. And it goes really well with the salmon. Oh, girl. This is a really nice combination It really is very, very tasty indeed. Um, and great for those really warm summer nights. Really good. The different flavors in this is awesome. It's like a medley of flavors alongside a lovely, well-cooked piece of fish. We use sriracha in the salmon, but it's not hot and spicy because the honey's tempered that spiciness down. And so they sort of come together really nicely with a little bit of zing from the lime juice. And then all these different flavors coupled with the salmon just makes it a fabulous summer meal. It really is. And I think you'll love it too.